Cancer, diabetes, obesity, hypertension, and asthma are all examples of non-communicable diseases, and sadly, these diseases are the leading cause of death globally. But do they really affect us here in Africa? And are Africans really living with these diseases? Find out here at the African NCD Champions podcast as we share incredible stories of Africans living with non-communicable diseases. My name is Ogweno Stephen and I'll be your host. Let's roll. Welcome again to another episode of the African NCD Champions podcast. And today we are joined by a caregiver. Caregiving to survivor living with stroke, to a champion living with stroke. And I'll be asking you a few questions just to give us an overview of what that experience looks like. Without further ado, introduce yourself to us. Who are you and what are you doing?
My name is Mary Konzolo. I am a teacher by profession. And a caregiver to Mr. Konzolo.
Yes, so I guess the first question is, how was your experience when you first discovered that Mr. Konzolo had stroke? How did that look like for you?
It looked very hard for me. I almost lost my mind because by then I was just a housewife. Now I started wondering, where am I going to get food to feed the children plus the big man now? Yeah,
and then how did you come out of that? What were your next steps? What steps did you now take after that?
I just asked God for help, because helping sick people, you just need sufficient grace from God. So because Mr. Konzolo one time told me that stroke is not a killer disease, so I knew he was not dying.
Interesting. So how did you come out from being the wife at home to getting to school to sort of take care of the whole family now?
Now, because borrowing from people, becoming a beggar, it's somehow shameful. So something just came into my mind. What if I rush to college, then I come back and become now the sole breadwinner? And that is what exactly I did. I went to college in 2013, came back, and surprisingly, or by God's grace, I just got a job immediately.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, God listened to your prayer there. Yeah, so now that you've been living and giving care to Konzolo, who is very much a stroke survivor and champion for 10 years now. This is the 10th year. Looking back, how has that experience been? What have you learned along the way about stroke as a caregiver?
I have learned that if somebody gets sick, you know, some people run away. But you are supposed to just stick with them, help them.
Interesting. All right, so final question. What does the next steps look like for you in terms of your work as a caregiver, your work as a teacher, your work as a breadwinner, and your work as a parent? What does the future look like for you?
The future is, I can see a bright future, because I've now gotten used to providing everything, so I don't see a problem.
You see that you can manage it. Yeah, I guess that's that. Especially, so what would be your last, as a parting shot, to all other people who are taking care of people living with other non-communicable diseases like stroke, cancer, diabetes? From experience, what would you advise them?
I want just to advise them they should just take heart, because sometimes initially these people are I don't know what to say. They
They are
initially
hard.
before they accept.
Yes.
Yeah, they are hard to handle. Because sometimes they are telling you something, they think they are talking and they are not communicating. So you just have to take heart.
But after that, it gets easier.
After that, it gets easier.
Interesting. All right, then I guess that would be our time with you. Very short, brief conversation on your caregiver experience with stroke. And with that, thank you very much.
Thank you too.
Nice to have you on the podcast and to force you to speak as well.
Thank you.
All right, then that would be it. And again, thank you very much for agreeing to come. Now that was incredible. Thank you for listening in. Share this with your networks and follow us on all social media at Storylink and at NCD Champions. See you on the next one.